Hello my friends, Chris here. I'm here today with my daughter Amelia, and we are going to be reviewing the REI Quarter Dome SL1 backpacking tent. So let's go ahead and break this down and see what this tent is all about. Okay, let me just quickly go through the different aspects of the tent here. So here is your Rainfly. Here is the main body of the tent. Here are the poles. This is a single hubbed DAC aluminum pole. The tent also comes with some aluminum stakes, 10 aluminum stakes, as well as some additional reflective guy lines, and each of the stakes also has a reflective guy line on it, which is nice. These are actually very reflective at night, which is great. There's another piece that you use for your poles as well to kind of stabilize them. And then here separately, which you have to buy separately, is the footprint for the tent. All of these pieces come with their own sack. It's a very light nylon sack. I don't typically, when I pack my backpack, I don't normally pack the tent and the fly in the sack. I just stuff those into my backpack. But these different pieces, I typically put them into their sacks just to keep them a little bit more organized. The tent itself weighs about, fully built out, weighs about 2 pounds, 6 or 7 ounces. And then the footprint weighs about 4 to 4.5 ounces. So pretty light overall. Obviously not the most light tent that you can buy, but overall light and very much good for a one-person backpacking tent. All right, let's go ahead and get this built out, and I'll take you on the tour of the tent once it's all set up. Okay, so we have the tent fully set up now. Now, the Quarter Dome SL1 is a semi-freestanding tent, meaning that it uses a combination of poles and stakes to set the tent up. So it has a single hub pole that runs the length of the tent, and then it has stakes that you use to set up the fly, and then spread the side walls of the tent out so that you can maximize the interior space. Okay, so come on in here. You can see here that it has 2 strands of poles running up the back side of the tent. It has a little ventilation area to help with condensation inside the tent. Then it has a couple of poles that go out here, and then a single ridge-lined pole that goes down the length of the tent as well. All right, let's go ahead and open up the fly. The tent has a single door. Okay, this is a one-person tent. Of course, 2 doors is always nice, but a single door is fine on this tent. And then, here it has obviously this vestibule area, and then it has a toggle here for you to tie your door back. And then if we get down here, you have your single screen door, which is nice and wide. Makes it really easy to get yourself inside the tent. And then if you'll see right here, we have a couple of mesh pockets. You have one right here, and you have one on the other side as well, where you can put your, your cell phone or other gear, lights, a ditty bag, whatever there. And then you have plenty of room inside the tent as well to spread out. I believe the sides of the tent are about 27 inches apart. I've actually fit a 30-inch wide sleeping pad, climate sleeping pad in here. And then you have a single hook here as well, where you can hang your headlamp or another kind of light there in the evening. So for myself, I'm about 5'8". I have no problem in this tent. And from floor to ceiling, it's about 38 inches. And that gives you plenty of room, at least for me, to sit up in the tent and be able to change my clothes. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that overview of the REI Quarter Dome SL1 tent. You know, the things that I really like about this tent, obviously, is the size and the weight, which makes it a really good tent for backpacking. I like the color as well. It has a nice, understated, natural color that blends in nicely with the environment. And so I really like that. It's not bright or anything like that. And even when you're sitting inside the tent, the color that from the sunlight that filters through is really nice. And then in addition, of course, you have these nice reflective guy lines that make it really easy to spot your tent at night. I've taken this tent on numerous campouts and backpacking trips. Never had any issue with it at all, with condensation or with rain getting in. It's kept me dry and you know, moisture free throughout all my experiences with this tent. I think the only thing that you need to be aware of is the semi-freestanding aspect of this tent. So for me, generally it hasn't been a problem, but as I mentioned earlier, if you really want to maximize the room that can, you know, for this tent, it's ideal if you can stake it out. So if you're dealing with really hard-packed earth, that can be a problem. All right, so I'll post more details down in the section right below on this tent. The tent retails for about $250, although recently I saw that REI doesn't seem to have any inventory of this tent. So I don't know if they've discontinued it or if they plan to restock it later. I'm not quite sure on that. But it's a very reasonably priced tent, and I think a great way if you're looking to getting into backpacking for the first time to get started. What do you think about the tent, May May?
I think it's a great tent.
Great. All right, thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.